Natchez. I'm your mayor, Dan Gibson. And on this beautiful spring day, we are here at a very historic property, the Dr. John Bowman Banks House. And it is here on St. Catherine Street, I think number 9. Number 9, St. Catherine Street, in the heart of a beautiful area of Natchez, right across from the historic Holy Family Catholic Church. And this is the historic Holy Family Catholic Church, Holy Family District. We are also within view of the MLK Triangle, soon to be Hiram Revels Plaza, Zion Chapel, the Rhythm nightclub site. We're right next door to the historic Webb Funeral Home and a lot of other historic properties. I'm trying to just give you a point of reference because there are many who don't realize what we have here in terms of history at this location. And so I want to introduce Ms. Dora Hawkins and this wonderful group of friends. We have Ms. Hawkins is with the museum. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And we also have to her side Mimi Miller representing our Historic Natchez Foundation, and Ms. Williams, Ms. Newsom, others. We have Alderwoman Hall right behind me, and also Ms. Bob Bennett with NAPAC. It's great to have Kathleen Vaughn here. Mr. Bill Woods. We are so grateful to be commemorating a very historic day, and many wouldn't realize the significance of this day, April 9th, were it not for doing a little research, reading a little history. But today actually marks the day, 140 years ago, that a gentleman by the name of John Bowman Banks got his medical license. His medical license from the Mississippi Department of Health, making him the first black doctor, not only in Natchez, but in the entire state of Mississippi. It's just part of this story of Natchez that we continue to tell because the history of our city is truly remarkable. And so today, we are going to present a key to the city, posthumously to Dr. Banks. We are going to share some information about Dr. Banks and also this beautiful Queen Anne home that is indeed also beautiful. And we are starting a fundraiser campaign today to help with that. But first, Ms. Hawkins, I want to present this key to the city. But I'm going to have to, as I do with every key to the city, I have to read it. Because I write every one myself, they're all special. But this is presented to Dr. John Bowman Banks, who lived from 1885 to 1911. On April 9th, 1885, 140 years ago today, Dr. John Bowman Banks received his medical license from the Mississippi State Board of Health and became the very first black doctor in not only Natchez, but the entire state of Mississippi. Born on Valentine's Day, 1862, in rural Louisiana, and raised in Summit, Mississippi, just north of Macomb, John Banks knew he was destined for more than anyone could imagine. He was blessed with a brilliant heart. Excelling in his early schooling, at age 15, he was already enrolled at Leland University in New Orleans. His quest for higher education was almost ended by a yellow fever pandemic that swept high. But he persevered, eventually graduated from the Harriet Medical College of Private University of Natchez in Natchez. After receiving his medical license, he was recruited by Dr. Albert Woods Dumas to move to Natchez. Dr. Dumas would go on to become the Bluff City's second black physician. Dr. Banks and his wife Sarah began construction on their beautiful home. This is their home, where we are right now. And they constructed it in 1892. They lived happy lives here, raising a daughter, Alberta Beatrice Banks, and a son, Oliver M. Banks. Dr. and Mrs. Banks were pillars of this community and in the Zion Chapel. Thank you for institution, the Bluff City Savings Bank, serving as its president alongside other founders and officers, Albert Woods Dumas, Walton A. Barlam, S.H. Owens, W. Brumfield, and J.R. Ross. Among his many friends, Dr. Banks also counted the legendary leader Booker T. Washington, who was a guest in this home during a visit to Natchez in the early 1900s. And we have a picture of that, don't we?
Yes.
Sadly, Dr. Banks passed away in 1911 of a brain hemorrhage. He was only 40, but his legacy lived on. His daughter, Alberta, taught at the Union School, an institution Dr. and Mrs. Banks supported to help black citizens receive an education. And his son, Oliver, followed in his father's footsteps as a physician. Eventually, the Dr. Banks House, while remaining in the Banks family for 100 years, eventually, though, it did become a home to a very important individual in the history of Natchez, George Metcalf. Mr. Metcalf actually, during his residency here, hosted the headquarters of the Natchez chapter of the NAACP during the height of the Civil Rights Movement. In fact, there is a lot of civil rights history here, and that would take a lot longer to discuss. In 2011, upon the death of Dr. Banks's grandson, Frank Robinson Jr., ownership of the house transferred by inheritance to Rose Hill Missionary Baptist Church, the oldest black Baptist church in Mississippi. It was officially designated as the Dr. John Bowman Banks Museum in 2020. Now listed on the National Register of Historic Places, it became Natchez's first site to be listed on both the American Civil Rights Trail and the Mississippi Freedom Trail in 2023. Today we celebrate all that Dr. John Bowman Banks meant to our city. Now therefore, in my capacity as mayor of Natchez, and on behalf of our city and our Board of Aldermen, it is my pleasure to posthumously present to Dr. John Bowman Banks this key to the city. And so, Ms. Hawkins, on behalf of the city and you on behalf of the Banks family and this beautiful home, we give this key.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It is our honor as members of the Rose Hill Missionary Baptist Church here in Natchez to accept this key to the city. We thank you for joining us today and all who are here. And it's so very important, and we give a big thanks for the idea that you came up with to seek funds to continue to maintain this illustrious home. So we continue to invite you, all who are here today, the public, to come visit and to see what this home is all about. It is those finances that will keep us going, along with the work that our members are giving and bringing forth to maintain this home. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Hawkins. Thank you. I want to just share that this is a treasure in our community, in our midst, and it is so important that we preserve it. The house currently is suffering from leaks, water intrusion, and these leaks threaten this historic property. We are very grateful, however, to have found a roofer who has provided a very reasonable estimate to cure the problem, and we need to raise $15,000 to get this done. That is not a huge amount, and that money will allow water intrusion in certain areas of the roof and in certain areas where these porches are to be sealed and cured, and to allow wood that has become rotten to be replaced while preserving the historic metal roof. The second phase, and that will be more fundraising and perhaps a grant that I know the house is under consideration now. Yes. The second phase will be to
restore and seal the historic metal roof. It's very important that this metal roof not be removed, because in historic photographs it's very iconic to see this beautiful Queen Anne residence with its iconic metal roof. And we are so grateful the roofer has indicated that the leaks can be solved and the roof can be restored without replacing the roof. Ms. Hawkins, I understand that the church has set up a nonprofit, and it is the museum, the Banks House Museum.
Yes.
If anyone wants to make a contribution, how do they go about making it?
Contributions may be made, and these are tax deductible.
Yes.
Contributions may be made to the church, to the Banks House. We're located at 9 St. Catherine Street, but our mailing address is Post Office Box 501, Natchez, Mississippi 39120. 392.
That's right, 39121.
Yes.
39121.
21, yes.
That P.O. Box again?
Post Office Box 501, Natchez, Natchez, Mississippi 39121.
And you know, today is April 9th, so you still have time to make a tax-deductible donation. Actually, well, it'll be good for next year, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, I've also got to say this. We have talked to a couple individuals in our community who are waiting and ready to anonymously match donations.
Great.
We do.
You. Wonderful.
And so we need to have a good effort on the front end, and then we'll be able to have some matches made on the back end. The roofer is ready to start, and we really want to beat the spring rains that have already been here and are coming. So let's get these contributions coming in to help preserve this beautiful home. We're about to end our live feed for the moment, but then we're going to continue a live feed as we walk through the house, if that's okay with y'all.
Absolutely.
We would
yes.
like for people to see this treasure. Now, if individuals want to tour this house, how would they go about doing that?
Right now, it's just contacting us.
Okay.
We're in the process, hopefully not too long, that we'll set up and give an official notice to the public as to when we are available.
Okay.
But requests may be made, and we are available to provide tours to this home.
All right,
and the
great.
property.
And is there a phone number to call if they want to make a tour of the home?
You're welcome to call 601-807-2537.
Okay. And if we're making out checks, how do we make out that check?
A wonderful, great question. The Banks House Museum, 9 St. Catherine Street, Natchez, Mississippi, or please use our post office box. Post Office Box 501, Natchez, Mississippi, 39121.
Ms. Hawkins, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, everyone, for being here and for what you mean to Natchez, each and every one of you, and those who didn't want to be on camera but are out watching. God bless Natchez.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well,